It's been a 2-year labor of love, but Inspiration of the Clown has finally arrived, and we're in the studio today with Justin Nastralla, who has put this wonderful body of work together. You're getting ready for a big art exhibit. Justin, tell us about this exhibit.
Well, this is the result of working for 2 years from a series of photographs that I did with these actors. And the group came together because I wanted to originally do some drawings and paintings of interesting figures. And so I hired some actors that work in Des Moines, and I chose some costumes for them to wear. And as I was working on the show, I realized that they were kind of like a circus troupe. So I kind of did that with the theme in mind.
You teach at Simpson. Your wife is at Simpson. Tell us how this all came about.
Well, I was inspired, originally I was inspired by a couple artists that I am inspired by. And so I wanted to do figurative work similar to their work. And for the first drawings and paintings, my wife posed for the paintings. And then I decided I needed to do more figures. So she works in the theater at Simpson, and she also directs some shows in Des Moines. And so she brought some actors together for me, and I chose some costumes for them to wear and did some photographs, and then I've done these drawings and paintings from those photographs.
So you can see the end result. You have a background in art.
Yes, I studied art as an undergraduate for 4 years at Simpson College also. And then for a while I lived in New York, and I took some classes at the Art Students League in New York and Parsons School of Design. And then eventually I came back to Iowa, and I attended University of Iowa for graduate school and studied 3 years there in painting for my master's degree.
How has your artwork changed over all those years?
Oh, it's gone through lots of different phases, lots of changes. I have just been exploring every different kind of style that I was interested in. I've done abstract, I've done minimalism, I've done I guess expressionism, but over the years I've always kind of returned back to the figure, and that has been kind of the main thing that I've always been interested in, is representing the figure.
And why? What attracts you?
I think I like the kind of information that you can convey with the figure. I think I'm interested in speaking about our humanities, and I think there's so much to be spoken about in the lives that we live, and the figure is a wonderful vehicle for communicating that.
In these paintings, each tells a story.
They do. Actually, for me, it isn't a group of actors, so I painted the figures with that in mind. And the actors kind of come together on, I guess, kind of a metaphorical stage, and they do these performances that represent events from their daily lives. And so some of the paintings where you see the actors interacting with one another are kind of dramas that the actors put together and then perform as a way to represent things that go on in their lives.
At your opening reception, you're going to have them, and what will they be doing?
Yeah, actually, when I was working on this series of paintings, I was thinking how wonderful it would be if I could actually get these actors to come together and do a little performance at the opening reception in the costumes that they wore for the paintings. And so they have agreed to put together a little performance, and the performance will be something related to the paintings. It'll be kind of abstract, but it'll represent kind of the things that a circus troupe would do as they travel around performing for an audience.
Fascinating. What's next for you then?
Oh, you know, this series has evolved a great deal. When I first started doing the paintings, they were tighter in representation. They were kind of more close to illustrations than they are now. And I've loosened up with the drawing, and I loosened up with the painting, and I really like the notion of showing the mark making in the brush stroke and kind of not tightening things up so much, but showing the act of creation and expression in the paintings. So it's evolved in that way over the years. And I was thinking at one point, wow, I'm kind of tired of doing these figures. It's been 2 years. But now it's kind of reached a different level, and I'm kind of thinking I want to continue with this series and maybe bring in some other figures and find some other new costumes and new poses, but continue on this track that I've been on for the last 2 years.
We'll keep in touch.
Great.
Justin,
Wonderful.
thank you so much for letting us come by today.
Thank you.
For KCCI, I'm Molly Cooney in the Artist Studio.
All right, thank you very much, Molly. Justin's exhibition will be from October 4th through the 10th at the Breezeway Studio in the Fitch Building. That's located at 304 15th Street in Des Moines, noon to 5. There is an opening reception on Friday, October 3rd, where the actors portrayed in the paintings will perform live and in costume. That begins at 6:30 p.m. For more information, you can go to his website, listed on the screen.